Eden Emulator for Android has been released not too long ago, and currently there's a new alpha version that you can download right now. So in this video we're going to be setting up Eden and we're going to be running a few game tests. So let's get started. Now before we begin, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to my channel, really helps me grow and I can keep on bringing content for you guys like this. So for the Eden setup, when we open Eden for the first time, you need to grant notifications. Next you have to select your production keys. So wherever you have them, find them on your SD card and select them. In my case it's in my ROMs folder, and here I have a BIOS folder. Find your keys and select them. Then you're going to select your games folder. So in my case it's on the ROMs, and select the folder. And you're going to see a message saying that this is a pre-alpha software, so of course there may be bugs and some other issues, so just keep that in mind. Now here I can see all the games that I have in my ROMs folder, and this is being displayed in a grid, but you can also change this to list, and this will help you see the games easier. Now the first thing that I want to do here is add some drivers. So I'm going to select the gear at the top right, install drivers, and in here I'm going to select my drivers. So here navigate to the folder where you have all your drivers. In my case it's in my downloads folder, drivers, and here I have a bunch of different ones. So I'm going to be selecting the most popular ones and the ones that I have found that are more compatible, which would be this one, 24.1 revision 18, this one revision 9v2, and this Mr. Purple driver. And I'm going to be selecting my system GPU driver as default, and I will be changing that based on the game. For advanced settings, here make sure to go to audio, change it to QBEB. That will fix a lot of issues with audio where the audio is stuttering and whatnot. Now because I have already played some of these games, I have my save data. So I'm going to select Dragon's Dogma, and in here I'm going to import my Dragon's Dogma save data. And I'm going to change my driver to the turnip version driver 9v2. And one more thing, for Dragon's Dogma I am going to enable dog mode, and for graphics I am going to enable the force maximum clocks and the use asynchronous shaders. And let's run this game. Here you're going to see the on-screen controls, so we can click on overlay options and you can disable the show overlay. So currently the game is giving us a black screen for some reason, but you can still hear the music. So I'm going to exit the emulation and I'm going to change drivers. Let's see how it performs with this one. Again, it seems that it is giving us issues, so let's exit this again. Let's try this one more time with the system GPU driver. So you hear the sounds, the background music, but it doesn't seem that we can see the game at all. So I guess this game is a no-go. Let's try Persona 5. Let's change a few settings here. So for the GPU driver, I'm actually going to select the 9v2. And for settings, system, I want to play the game in dog mode. And for graphics, I am going to enable maximum clocks and the use asynchronous shaders. Also, I am going to import my save data. Here in Persona 5 data, and let's start this game. Let's see how it performs. Alright, so far the intro cutscene is playing, so that is a good sign. And I don't know if you guys can see here, but the FPS is running around 29.9, so it's basically capped at 30. Let's load the game and let's see how it performs. So for Persona 5, I'm loading my data. I'm currently in Kanashiro's palace, but unfortunately this is not as far as I've gotten. I actually got to Futaba's palace, I finished it, but unfortunately I lost my save data for this, so now I'm back to Kanashiro's palace, and this is so annoying because Futaba's palace is one of the worst palaces. Nobody really likes that palace, and as you can see here, I haven't even opened any of the paths to get into the Kanashiro's vault. Also, the last fight for Kanashiro was kind of annoying, so I just haven't been playing this game because I just hate that I had to redo all of this, but I'll get to this at some point. I can see that this emulator right here, Eden, is performing better than what it was performing on Citron. I can see that the game is basically running at 30 FPS, which is really good. Here we're seeing a battle. Let's see how this performs. And the whole time during this battle, I can see that it is performing at 30 FPS. I am running this in dog mode, so far Persona 5 is performing pretty good. Let's try a different game. Next we're going to be trying Astral Chain. So again, system GPU driver is fine here. Settings, we're going to enable dog mode, and for graphics we're going to also enable the force maximum clocks as well as the use asynchronous shaders. I'm going to import my data and let's start the game. So this game was performing really good on Citron as well as Sudachi, but it seems that it's not working here. Oh, the game just crashed on us. Let's try a different GPU driver. I didn't like to use the 9v2 or the revision 18 because those drivers were actually slowing down the game, but the system driver was working pretty good. So let's see how it performs here with those other drivers. So as you can see, we're booting up the game a little bit, but you can see the game is performing at 10 FPS. So that is the problem with those drivers. Let's see if we can change some of the settings. So for the settings here for Astral Chain, there's a new setting here for Eden's view, which is beyond default. So here we're able to enable and disable a few things. I'm setting up everything back to global. I just don't know which setting here to change, but I believe there is a way to disable all that glitchiness on the screen. I just don't know exactly what. So let's try those settings and see if that will fix it. It's still there. So I still need to mess around with these settings, and until then I'm gonna mark this game as currently not playable, and we'll revisit this game back in the future. And the last game for this video that we're going to be testing is Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition. So here we want to use the driver 9v2, and for the settings system we can set dog mode. Graphics, gonna make sure that the accuracy level is high, and for the resolution 0.75, and we are going to enable the maximal clocks as well as the synchronous shaders. I'm also going to import my data, and I'm going to play this game. So far right here there should have been something in the background, doesn't seem to be doing that. Oh, that took a little bit, but it loaded perfect. Let's see how this game performs. So right here is running at 25 FPS. Let's see how this cutscene performs. Cutscene was jumping up and down in the beginning, but now it's kind of stabilizing around 22 FPS. Goes a little bit higher, goes a little bit lower, but for the most part stays around 22. And if I didn't previously mention this, what we're running these games are on Eden pre-alpha version 0.2, so this was released not long ago. I didn't test out the 0.1 version, but so far this pre-alpha, it seems pretty promising. We're gonna skip this cutscene, and I want to see how the game is going to perform in this open area here once you get to kind of like the city. Yes, right here. So we're getting around 25 FPS, 26 FPS, stays consistent right here. It's actually pretty good. In this area, it was running a little bit of a lower FPS on Citron. So this is pretty promising, given that this is just the alpha version. We haven't gone out of the city and started any fights, but as you guys can see here, the graphics look pretty good. There's no visual glitches, and the FPS remains pretty consistent for the most part. The game does seem pretty playable, so that is a really good sign. Hopefully we do see improvements in the FPS for this game, and as well as improvements for other games that the other emulators are having issues with. So that is all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. There will be a lot more videos like this coming soon, so don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Also, I do apologize for the lighting. This is not my usual setup, but I wanted to bring this video for you guys so you guys can see how Eden performs, and you more or less get to decide whether you want to use this emulator or not. Alright, peace.